Assalamu alaikum. Suleiman Rahim here. Welcome. Let's slay some demons. Sisters and brothers, just a short little talk here. I want to talk about reality, the nature of our reality. You must know the nature of reality. 99% of the people on this planet do not know the nature of their reality. That's why you have all these religions. They're trying to give you some kind of concept of your reality, concepts of your reality, but they don't give you the nature of your reality. Because large gaps, right? You can't see this, you can't see that, you can't know this, you can't know that. Why can't you? Because they don't know either, because they don't know in order to tell you, or they do know and they don't want you to know. Because we see all around us evidence of mathematics. You can't see mathematics, but you see evidence of it. And everything you know is driven by mathematics. That's the nature of reality, period. But they don't want you to know that. No religion teaches that. Not one. From Sunnism to animism, not one teach you mathematics. Why? It seemed like that would be the beginning point, and they would take you beyond mathematics. But they claim they're beyond mathematics. How can they be claimed to be mathematics? They can't explain mathematics. It's all around them. Not one religion, not one on this planet teaches you mathematics. There's nothing on this planet that's driven by religion. Nothing. There's not one car that's driven by religion. There's not one machine, one engine, anything that functions driven or fueled by religion or prayer. Not one. Not one. But yet still, 99.9% of the planet is in one religion or other. That means the whole planet is insane. That's why you're going to Armageddon. That insanity is going to be totally confronted. And you're going to be shocked out of your insanity. Oh, you're going to be shocked at your insanity. The scriptures tell you that. The Quran tells you that. Because Judgment Day says your senses will be made sharp on that day. Because everything will be clear on that day. Because you won't be confronted with prayer. You won't be confronted with mystical angels. You won't be confronted, with BS. You're going to be confronted with reality, fire, smoke, brimstone, missiles, bullets, knives. All of it, you can feel it, you can touch it, and you can see it. And the reality of hell, the flames and fires of hell. So you're not going to be deceived then, but it's going to be too late for most of you. As it says, once you see it, it's too late. Once you see Allah coming in the angels, coming in the cloud with angels too, decisions are already made. So if you're still in your mystical world, in your belief matrix, you're lost. I don't see any of you eating any prayer steaks, drinking prayer water. Why do you pray for steaks? Why do you pray for water? Why do you pray for it? Why not just eat the prayer and drink the prayer? Why are you praying for something that you can see and that's substantial, but use a method that you cannot see that's not substantial to get it? Does that make any sense? Why might I get rid of middleman? Just pray for not being thirsty and pray not being hungry. Or go to your prayer store and say, I want 5 pounds of porterhouse prayer. See, it's all bullshit, but you believe it. And you get mad at anybody that shakes your nest, rock your boat. So I'm going to try to explain to you in a few minutes what's going on now. Because your reality is pressure, pure and simple. Now prove me wrong. Prove yourself is right. Your reality is based on pressure, pure and simple. Pressure is force. Spread out. All is force. And when you have, take a pressure cooker, for instance, you have all the liquids, that's molecules moving around in there. So you add heat to it. That means you increase the temperature. When you increase the temperature, it moves around faster and faster and faster, which means they're colliding more and more and more often and at great intensity. So you have three variables in pressure. You have the volume, that's how many molecules in that pressure cooker. You have temperature, how fast they're moving, and the pressure, how intense their collisions. That's the three variables. Very simple. Now you have to look at yourself as one of the molecules, the people on this planet. You have to understand the nature of energy. We've been energized every 50 years. We get a wave of energy. It energizes us. So that's like turning the heat on. So that means everybody starts moving faster. And you're thinking the direction of moving. So that means you're thinking faster. To move faster, you must think faster. So everybody's thinking faster than they did 100 years ago. Everybody's thinking faster. And they're moving faster. And when you think to move faster, that means your mind is going to create the means for you to move faster. Remember, we create things, we create time. So when you desire to move faster, your mind creates the means for you to do that. So they created cars and planes and things to move faster. And when you want to move faster, and hereafter we're moving at speed of light, speed of sound, speed of thought. So we make vehicles that move that fast. When we start thinking that fast and moving that fast, we create vehicles that allow us to move that fast. See, I wish you could understand the beauty of that. Because whatever condition we're in, our mind, right, creates what's necessary, right, for that condition. So if we get enough energy to move 100 miles an hour, our mind, our mind creates a vehicle that allows us to move 100 miles an hour. We can't run 100 miles an hour. And where you see all the creativity and all the major movement going here in America. Why is that? Because why are they moving faster than everyone else? Why are they moving faster than anyone else? Because under pressure, the rule is mass times acceleration equals force. Mass times acceleration equals force. So if the force is 12 and your mass is 1, your acceleration is going to be 12. If your mass is 12, your acceleration will be 1. If your mass is 6, your acceleration will be 2. It still will come out of 12. And so since they have the lowest mass, the lowest structure, because they're a stripped down version of us, they move faster than us because they have less mass. They're thinking faster, but we're thinking deeper. So all these inventions you think so great is because they move faster, so they create they create the vehicles and whatever they need to move in that as quick. Like they're thinking faster, right? So they create social media and everything else. They communicate faster. That's why it's happening in America. See, but the nature, the creativity, the degree of creativity is coming from us. If we weren't here, right, they'd still be doing this, but they wouldn't have the creativity they wouldn't be doing this slick, so to speak, as we doing it. They'd be still doing square dances. They'd be just doing it different, faster, a different way. But they'd still be doing it. See, it took us to get that music. They wouldn't be playing jazz, and they're playing a faster version of some kind of rock, some kind of a country western. But they'd still be doing it. They move faster. See? Because you can create two kind of cars. You can create a Volkswagen Beetle, and you can create a Lamborghini. Both will move 100 miles an hour. But one is slicker, more advanced, more creative than the other. Hope you understand that. So they still move fast. That's why social media, so they communicate faster than ever before. The cars move faster than ever before. Planes. It says that in Daniel. They've been moving forward, and the knowledge will be increased. Because they sped up, because they are the weakest. But the problem with that is because they have a weaker structure, the collisions, they will not survive it as the collision gets above a certain intensity. Well, we will. If you have pool balls on the table and some of the pool balls made of plastic and some make of steel, right? What you think will happen when they collide? The plastic balls are going to crack. The steel balls might not even notice it. And that's what's happening right now. Look what's happening around you. The collisions are increasing. People move faster, but the collisions are increasing. And it's increasing to the point where it's about what is above the threshold they can handle it. Why? Because it's becoming violent. Violence in America is off the page. And it's getting worse every day. Watch the news. You understand what these things are telling you. And it's going to get worse because they're more energized, there's going to be more collisions, right? And more intense. And so the violence become greater and greater. That tells you, right, that they're about to reach the threshold where the whole country is going to be crushed. Not to mention the pressure being put on them from the other nations because they're energized too. They're moving faster than they were before, not as fast as America. America moves faster than anybody on the planet because the people here, right, the Europeans here are the weakest on the planet. So they move faster. See, they have more disposable energy, they move faster, but they have weaker structure. So a Lamborghini collides with a Volkswagen Beetle, you know how that's going to turn out. I mean, Lamborghini may get cracked up a little bit. That Volkswagen Beetle is toast. And we're about to have a collision here in America because everybody's fighting against each other because there's no harmony. And so now there's going to be more collision with us. They're going to attack us. That'll be a mistake, but they're going to do it. So we're trying to understand, trying to explain to you, brothers and sisters, what you see in the news, how it relates to, and see how it makes sense. How we make sense of it in a mathematical way. You see, you need to understand that. We're teaching you mathematics here. And when you understand the nature of your environment, nature of your creation, then you can see these things. You don't need the Quran and the angel to tell you that. A lot of things you can tell without those books. But those books, because our mental capability is lower than it used to be, lower than it should be, lower than it used to be. So therefore you need glasses. If your eyes become impaired, then you need eyeglasses. So we need the scriptures, right, to make, to have 20/20 vision. But we have vision. And if you understand, like, I understand without the angel and without the angel and without the Quran, I understand all this happening. I just can't tell you exactly when, right? I don't know the exact threshold because my mathematics hasn't reached that level. But I can tell you it's getting close. I see the pot bubbling. I know it's about to boil. See? But when you get in hereafter, your mathematics will be on that level. Because that was the level of the scientists that produced the Quran and the Bible. Because we have the mathematics that can tell you exactly, because that you have it in the Bible, in the Quran. Exactness. You see? But for now, you can read handwriting on the wall, so to speak, because understanding, because you say, they say, America's more divided than ever. Oh, more crime, but they don't understand the cause of it, what it means. Now you know the cause of it and what it means. And then you know it's going to increase. It's not going to settle down. It's going to increase until it boils. And it's very near the boiling point. And the boiling point, right? It's a boiling point. Some things can't survive the boiling point. You put a steel ball in a pot of boiling water, it's going to get really hot. But you put an egg in there, it's going to turn. Right? That yolk and everything's going to get hard. See, it depends on the structure of what you put in there. So that pressure is going to cause us to transform into a diamond, but it's going to crush them to dust. So when we share pressure, we understand what it is. But how do you, then you understand, well, you're in that pressure. So how do you deal with it? See? You see, now you know these collisions, and you know what's driving them, the temperature, because the tempers are, why do you call it tempers? Because it relates to temperature. As the energy increases, the tempers rise, the temperature rises, people move faster, the tempers rise. So people's temper is getting hotter and hotter and hotter. They're getting more impatient, more angry. People, they kill people for the slightest little thing. You can see all these murders all the time. That's the collision part. Move fast, and they collide. So this used to be, oh, excuse me, now, what the hell are you bumping me for? And even further than that, I'll blow your head off bumping to me, right? And then even further than that, just pull out and blow his head off. That's what's coming to. Elijah Muhammad talked about that time when it'd be so bad that they would lay waiting for you in the street and see you coming, spit in your face, got their friends hide in the bushes somewhere. And then once you strike back, then they just jump on you and kill you. So you have to understand the time so you know what to do. Because the wise thing to do is if you see the bull coming, why stand away? Just step aside, let the bull keep going. Let him run into another bull. See? It's time to keep cool and calm. No. Drive down that testosterone. Cool down those emotions. I'm talking to you sisters too. Calm down the emotions. Save your life. Time of intense trouble is my job to get you home. This part of getting you home, because I got to get you out of here safely. So we give you the 5 fundamental pillars of Islam, tell you how that works. We give you the angel, tell you how it works, right? We tell you the wisdom, the pressure, but now you have to study that pressure, so because you have to use that too. So you want to go in and attack the bull, take the bull down. Hey, you want to take every bull down? Or just step aside. Lower your pride. I've had to do it a couple times, a lot of times. Oh boy, I got confronted, and you don't know me in my youth. I was like, I was jumping it, drop of the dimes. I would bother nobody, but I ain't let nobody. And I had that reputation. No, I wasn't no big guy. I was a small guy when I was 17 years old. Before I went to the military, I was really small, puny, right? I ain't had no bros or anything to help me out. And I knew I wasn't gonna be punked out. I grew up in Newark, and I didn't know anything about fighting. My father died before he had to teach me anything, right? But I knew I wasn't gonna be punked out. I knew that much. And so people pick on me, right at the drop of a dime, man, right upside the head. And I got whooped a lot of times because I didn't know how to fight. I just knew I wasn't taking no crap. But I didn't let them beat me down. That's what I mean. But I'm past those days now. I'll give you an example. You know, had this guy, say his name was Harold Herring. He called himself, that's the first time I heard about Muslims. He called himself outlaw Muslim. He lived on the upside of town. Well, not the upside, up the hill. We lived down the hill. He used to come down and talk. He was a short guy. But he had a lot of brothers. So he come out and talk. He saw a lot of tickets. We was a little game called Condors or something. It wasn't all that big thing, right? And I was new in the neighborhood, so, you know, they always going to check you out. So I had a little birthday party, right? And we'll make a long story short. I'm not going to belabor this. But his cousin, somebody had gotten, and said something to my sister. And I wouldn't let nobody mess with my sister. And she said, and he was talking all man. I said, listen, I said, hey, what you doing? I jumped. He's supposed to be the bad dude. He's supposed to be the bad dude in the community. I mean, you know, he's supposed to, because he had 2 groups. I was about 15 at the time, and the guys were 17 older, and the guys was under 17. So he was in the lead of the guys in my group. So he was the big guy. Was new area. I didn't know about him. His name was Clarence, and he's supposed to be a bad dude. I jumped, lit his ass up, excuse me. Right? Because I ain't let anybody mess my sister. So anyway, he was connected to Harold some kind of way. So I had a birthday party. Next thing I know, he come knock on my door, and everybody told me, so I wanted to let him in. I'm coming anyway. He said, busting in. I said, hey, we got into it right there. Fought all the way down the stairs outside. He whooped me up. So I said, okay, it's gonna be like that, right? So I found where he lived at, right? And when he came out of his house next morning, I lit him up. Bam! He whooped me up again, right? Because see, they was going to the gym. I ain't know about no gym. And if you go anything about Newark, right, everybody boxed there because that's a boxing town. But I said, I mean, I was over town. I didn't know that stuff. You know, my father, back when I was 14, I didn't know all that stuff. So I see him come out of the store. I light him up. Bam! He whooped me. He was good with his hands. This went on about 2 weeks. After a while, he said, hey, no, hey, come on. He wanted to be our buddy then. Stop, man. Will you stop? Because he wasn't going to punk me. I mean, I'm doing what I'm doing right now, but I still represent Newark. Even when I was in Guam, the same thing was over there. See? Dudes over there, I'm the only black in the jail. They're going to punk me? I said, no, that ain't happening. I told him, I said, I'm representing Newark. You know, and that came to a halt real quick. So I still, I was born there and I represented. But I'm not talking, I ain't in that mode now, right? See, I'm just saying, but you can't think like that now. That don't mean you get punked out. Avoid it. Avoid collisions. Save your soul, because these clowns, they want to take you down with them. Avoid collision. You see it coming, be wise. Avoid it. Don't let your testosterone, blind you. The testosterone. Don't let your emotions blind you. Keep your head. Hugh can keep his head when everybody loses theirs. Keep your head, brothers and sisters, because you're going to be tried. A time of unprecedented trouble. So I just want to say that, brothers and sisters. Saying, I ain't telling anybody to be punked out. Avoidance, not being punked out. I mean, look, I had a situation not too long ago. That's not something I would let pass in the past. I didn't want to let it pass this time. I didn't want to let that pass, because it was really a situation where you don't let something pass. I just walked away. Because we have a future and they don't. So let it pass, brothers and sisters. So let it pass. See? Because you got a future. You walk into the future. Let them bang their heads against the past. See how that works. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum.